Now it's time to meet the instruments. Everybody's favorite time, when an interesting band comes to town. Now, sure. The first instrument we're going to introduce, you might have seen before. Raise your hand if you know what this is. Let's all say it at once. Excellent. Thank you, Peter. The next instrument. Bridget, what do you have there?
I don't know.
Does anyone know what this is? Raise your hand if you know what kind of drum that is. This is called a snare drum. Thank you, Bridget. Now, those first two instruments, you might have noticed, are kind of familiar to us because they're in orchestras and bands that we see a lot. But this next one is a little bit less familiar to us. It's called a tupan. It's kind of like a bass drum. Everyone say tupan. Tupan. Good. And you'll notice she has two different sticks that she uses on two different sides of the drum, and they create very different sounds. Evan, with the largest instrument of the group. Does anyone know what this is called? What is this called? Tuba is correct. And also, this particular kind of tuba has a different name. It's the kind when you can actually get inside of it like that and walk around with it is called a sousaphone. Yes. Let's say sousaphone. Sousaphone. Sounds like you have a friend over in that building, Evan. Thanks, Evan. Okay, now these two instruments, perhaps the most unfamiliar looking instruments of our ensemble. Would anyone like to venture a guess what they're called? Yes, in the Ghostbuster shirt. Bagpipes. Nice try. That's a good guess. These are not bagpipes. These are baritone horns.
They're not my baritone.
They're in the middle register, higher than a sousaphone and lower than one of these things, which we haven't introduced yet. And they are the engine of our ensemble. They keep it going like a freight train. And so they often play the same part, but in harmony. So would you guys play something together? Awesome. Now, take a look at this instrument and this instrument at the same time. They kind of sound the same, and we'll play them in a second, but they're definitely different. This one you might recognize from orchestras and bands around here. Does anyone know what this is called? Say it out loud. Trumpet. Excellent. This one is a rotary flugelhorn. Rotary flugelhorn. He used to be a master of the glockenspiel, then he switched to the flugelhorn. No, I'm just kidding. In Serbia, they call it a truba, which sounds like tuba, so people get confused sometimes. But they're very different, as you will hear when he plays it. Very nice, Peter. And just to give equal time for the trumpet. All right, now you've got all the instruments. Let's play another song.